Let's move on. Let's go to Michigan, headed to Oklahoma. Only the second time these teams have faced off. I believe the first time was in the 60s. Again, we didn't see very competitive games from either of these teams in week one. We honestly didn't even see Bryce Underwood really have to use his legs yet. This line opened up around 2.5. And after this past week's performances, you see Oklahoma now 5.5-point favorites at home. Tom, do you think that's a little bit dramatic of a spread change just based off the public and the odds makers?
I do. I actually had it closer to the 2.5. This got up to 6.5 for a few minutes, and I didn't grab it. I'm kicking myself for that. Now it's settled at 5.5. It's a bit of an overreaction, and I like Michigan with the points. I also like the under. There's always those games I'm sitting here watching in the fourth quarter and saying, "Man, everybody knew this game was going to go under. Why didn't I bet it?" I feel like this is going to be one of those games. I think early on, if there's not a lot of fireworks, the defenses are going to settle in. Bryce Underwood, I don't think they're going to do too much with him. I think they're going to try to protect him, take some shots down the field. But Michigan knows they got to win this game with their defense. They don't want to turn the ball over. So I think this is a good spot. I think it's an overreaction. Give me the 5.5 points, and I'll go under the total.
Interesting that you think Bryce Underwood still isn't going to use his full potential yet. I think it's possible as well. I think this number's too big. Emory, do you agree more with the opening lines here, or do you like this 5.5?
Love this 5.5. I agree completely with Tom. I'm taking Michigan plus the points and the under. You have Brent Venables, defensive-minded head coach for Oklahoma. You have Sharon Moore, former offensive line coach for Michigan. This screams under. They're going to run the football, play good defense. I'm a big fan of Justice Haynes. Been so since he was a high school football player. And I think we'll see them try to minimize the pressure off the freshman quarterback in Underwood, who's very good. I've known him since high school as well. I know he has some Deshaun Watson ability as a freshman quarterback, but they're going to kind of save that for Big Ten play. But this game is going to be about point of attack defense. It's going to be a struggle fest, 17-13 type game. Michigan could even upset this one, but I like this one to go under that 5.5 number.
Absolutely disgusting. Unfortunately, I super agree with everything going on. Mike, dare I say, we're all aligned here.
Yeah, we are aligned here. It is unanimous. For me, Michigan plus 5.5. I made the game a pick 'em before last week, and I didn't see enough to make me change. Like, they were talking about two teams that went in and won games that they absolutely were supposed to win, right? So, like, the largest number I could feasibly get to here would be 3, the full field goal of 3. Anything beyond that, I think, is a complete overreaction. When I look at this style, though, as the guys have mentioned, it's an under. It's a rock fight. Outside of a big trick play or, defensive scores, this game is going to be low scoring. It's going to be a field position battle. More than comfortable to get into that. That is Michigan's MO. I expect good defense really on both sides, but I think the defense is ahead of the offenses. Give me Michigan with the points, though. I think that we could be looking at a very low scoring game.
Yeah, this is tough because I'm like the biggest John Mateer truther, and watching him just rise up the Heisman rankings last week felt pretty good too. But it's a numbers game. And you guys are right. Like, I think the opening line seemed pretty accurate, and to see the overreaction to Michigan maybe not using all of their cards seems a little bizarre to me. And this could be a really, really awesome win for Michigan just to help that non-conference strength of schedule here. So I'm with you guys. Curious to see if this line moves down. I feel like we should be trying to get this 5.5 while we can. All right.